In this video, I'm going to bring you through the exact creative concepts, images, videos, exactly what we did to scale a client to $112,000 per month in ad spend on Meta ads on Facebook, and with a 3x return on ad spend. So I'm going to show you the account, I'm going to show you the proof, I'm going to show you everything so that you can see it with your own eyes, and then I'm going to show you direct examples of campaigns and creative concepts that we've leveraged to get those results in the first place. With no further ado, let's get right into this video. Great, so as usual, let's actually go through the proof. This is just one of our clients and their account. As you can see over here on the right, on the bottom right, we spent in the last 30 days, as you can see over here on the top, $112,000, almost $113,000 with a 3.2 return on ad spend. This is over reporting by a little bit, so it's closer to like 3. That's much closer to 3 and not 3.2, but it's it's still very healthy return on ad spend, and we're very satisfied with how things are going. So as I told you before, let me just update so you know this is real once again. As you can see here, and I'm going to show you also the last week, because we have also been scaling this account quite significantly, and we also intend to continue doing that, especially after the holidays as well, because this, we came to the account where they weren't really spending too much, maybe like $200, $300, $400 a day, $500 a day on average. That was about the average, and now we're trying to like really scale. We went for like 500 to 1K, 1.5, 2K, and now we're approaching like 3-4 K a day on average, and these are the results. So let me just show you kind of like yesterday, which is still not Black Friday. So like today we're gonna end up scaling quite aggressively, but yesterday we spent 10,000, decent ROAS. ROAS was closer to like 2, which is still profitable for us. But the day after, or the day before, was like 7,000, 2.8 ROAS. So closer to like 2.5. Once again, very profitable for us. And so what I want to do in this video is actually just show you, and sorry if you're hearing some background noise, they're always doing something here, and I'm getting quite pissed actually, drilling my walls. But let's get into it. I want to bring you through the ads and the creative concepts, as I said in this video, and let me just switch screen over so that we can kind of go over a couple of concepts together. Perfect. Let me just shrink this. Perfect. Amazing. So let's go over a couple of concepts together. As I said, it took me a bit, but I did put the main concepts, images and videos and overall creative concepts that we've been kind of using that allowed us to scale quite significantly. And I think like maybe 1 or 2 of these we have not tested yet, and we're deciding, and we're on the fence on whether we should test it for this brand. It's something that we need to discuss with the founders, but most of the concepts that I'm showing you here are things that actually scaled this account, so are responsible for scaling this account. Okay, so first of all, let's start with image ads. I'm going to go through 2 things mostly, UGC B-rolls plus AI voiceover. That's the creative concept that was pretty much a winner for us, just because of the nature of the product. And this is high-end image ads, and not always, I wrote it before doing the research here, but it should just be image ads. I said high-end because some of these are also like high-end image ads, and because it goes well with the nature of the product. We're selling kind of like a luxury high-end product, and so one strategy that really worked well for us is actually enhancing the images with AI and just making them look astonishing, like amazing, best top quality. And at the end of the day, like, we're attracting buyers that are into like interior design and like love their living in their home space, and so making sure that we had that quality on the images was, like, I would say, detrimental to get results in the first place. So let's go over some of these concepts. First of all, some of these concepts are quite unique. You may or may have not seen these over social media, but the reason why I want to show you these image ads, because you don't want to just run image ads. Although they work, we don't just want to run like an image of the product without anything. We have to go through specific strategies and unique like viral trends that are like really, really working well right now. So I put them all together. Let's start with the first one over here. And this is kind of like a fun accept or decline, you know, when you, and these are just like, you know, some brands where we take inspiration from. But this ad has been running for 42 days, which means it's very profitable. And this is kind of let me just shrink my head a little bit here. But this is basically the product, and you probably know what I mean by this. When you airdrop the iPhone, right? You basically can see, you know, decline or accept, and so it's kind of like a fun way to introduce a product. And this is like a new drop or a new product, right? And so you don't only have to do this with like when you have a new drop. You can also be very creative on basically just selling your product or the features or the benefits or perhaps a fun phrase, accept or decline, right? But typically this is when we use it, and sometimes we even put like an offer here where they see the offer and they can say, okay, accept or decline the 50%. So it's 50% off or something like that. So it can get really, really strategic as well. Okay, so cool. Let's go on over here and kind of go over the next one. I'm going to do this and kind of like, I put them over here, but now I want to go them over with you so that we can kind of analyze them together, because the most important thing when actually creating ads, images, videos, whatever you want, is understanding the framework of why things work in the first place, right? Features and benefits, this is a very standard one. But I like how this brand is like showcasing the product in a pretty like high-end exclusive way. Running for 44 days, once again, profitable, right? And what they're doing over here, which I like, is like, which is what we are trying to do as well for this client, is having like a very high-end luxury feel of the product. And this is how this is how they're showcasing kind of like the qualities and features and benefits. So if you have like, you know, especially if it's like home decor or like a tech product, anything that you need to like explain, you could honestly you could do it with always with all the products. We've also done it with like apparel where they explain the fabric or the texture of the clothing and stuff like that. It works well for any product, and you know, this is something that catches the eye, and it's really, really simple. Nothing complicated about this ad, but like doing these features, benefits, making sure that you present the product in the best way in terms of image quality and the features and the benefits works. It works well for us. So this is another concept that I really advise you to test if you haven't done that. This one is also a very fun one. Negative reviews. So basically, let me open it up. It's kind of like how can I say this? It's you'll see what I mean by this. It's like a double negative, right? So basically, there's the pain point here is that they're selling like basically a cover, a sofa cover that allows them to keep the sofa, the original sofa, cleaned up, right? And so if they spill coffee or if there's pets or dogs or cats on the sofa, nothing. You can just get the sheet and put it in the washing machine and then put it on top of it again. So basically, the pain point here is like, don't buy this if you're okay with spills and stains. And they did the same thing with like cats. Don't buy this if you want you know, a dirty sofa with your cat's fur or something like that. And so they're basically, it's double negative, so people wouldn't expect the brand to put a 1-star review. And so it's kind of like a fun concept that plays on like a double negative. And so this really works well. We are in the process of testing this one specifically, but we actually have tested it for other brands, and it works really, really well if you catch the right words. Okay, so this is another concept. Let me just close a couple of windows, but let me just open the new one over here. Next one is we have offer plus quality image. This is a very standard one. Let me just open up a couple so we have them ready. Text message review. This is a fun one as well. Google search. A lot of these are very creative, so you'll see. I love this one so much because it's very direct. Once again, we want to have a very good image shot. In our case, it's really, really important just because once again, we're dealing with like people that love their interiors and are like high income people that love about their interior and their house, and so we need to make sure that we have good imagery. And so many times we enhance these images, as I said before, with AI. But I like this a lot because it's good imagery and there's a direct offer. Direct offer ads work very, very well, especially when there's you're either retargeting. So maybe you can say, hey, I noticed you visit our website in the ad copy, and then in the image ad, you basically have 15% off for first-time buyers or something like that. And you can also do this when it's off-season. You just have to make sure that you only do it with retargeting, people that you're retargeting. And then, of course, it works well for like Black Friday, fall sales, summer sales, any type of sale that you're promoting works really, really well. Okay, so this is a very simple ad. You probably have already tested this before, but it's something that has really, really worked well for us. Text message ad, I already put it over here. It's this one over here. I put it on, yeah, I'm using this other app here, but it's essentially, this is a very fun one. If you don't know Squatch, they are essentially, they sell soaps for men, and so it's a very fun brand. And I love the way that they're doing this, and they're basically doing kind of like a review within the text message. And what we've also tested, which I don't have on the slide, is actually having a what do you call it, like a GIF, where it's like a video. It's essentially a video or a GIF. You can decide what works best for you. It's the same thing, but there's like it creates like that urge of seeing what the text is, and so you see like people that, you know, when you type in on your iPhone and you see like the three dots kind of like going up and down, waiting for the message to load and the other person to text you. And so they're doing that response with like two people, right, talking to each other, and they're recording the conversation. And so it's very interesting if you also can animate this and say, okay, best damn soap I've ever bought, and yes, the wife approves, image sent, and then you maybe wait like 2 or 3 seconds, and then they receive the answer, and then it's like super smooth on the skin and smells great. We did the same thing, and we're doing the same thing for some of our clients, and it works very, very well. It's also very engaging. So this ad I really recommend for you to test. Moving on is a Google search. So I hope that you probably have never seen some of these ads, and it kind of opens your eyes on like how important it is to think outside of the box. Really, really important. We don't just want to run those traditional image ads that everybody does. We want to think outside of the box, and this is how we decrease our cost per acquisitions and cost per clicks. So Google search is one of my personal favorites. It's a very fun concept because it's like it's actually not a real Google search, because you can't. I think it's against the law to write like Google or talk about, mention Google exactly. I'm not sure. I would have to understand the legality of this, but essentially what this brand does is that it's, instead of saying Google, it says GOGGL, so goggle, whatever the pronunciation of that is. It's not actually Google. And so what you can do, and by the way, we're using this tool called Creative OS, which is where most of the inspirations we get from, where you can just copy the template on Canva and Figma. So if you do it on Figma, you can just copy and copy and paste, and then if you do it on Canva, it will open up a template for you that you can edit on Canva. So moving on here, you basically have the search, you make it like it's Google, and then you have like your products, and then you can also add like some features on the bottom. If you want to make it like even more organic, you just leave the background white, and so it's like it looks like a normal Google search. So this is a very creative way, like the best weight loss supplement, or if you're selling the sofa, best sofa, comfortable sofa for your home, your luxury home, or something like that. And so it's different, right? It's also a lot more organic and raw and real, right? And so let's move on. Let's look at another couple of concepts here. Billboard ad. This is also a cool one. If you don't have actual billboard ads and you just want to present yourself in a more unique way, this is a fun one. Let me open this up over here. And let me just open up another one as well. So wait, what am I doing here? Force quit. 1 second. I'm going crazy here. There we go. The next one is a PR call out, which is a really, really good one. But let's review this one first. So this one is, if it loads, yeah, the billboard. So this is essentially like running any image ads. Like you can put whatever you want here, but it's in the New York metro, right, metro station or whatever. or Subway. And so it actually increases your authority, because if you are on the billboard, you know, most brands that are on billboards are like 8, 9 figure, 10-figure companies. So like, you know, it increases the authority. I was like, okay, you're also doing billboard ads, and they're probably, you know, an established brand. And so this is kind of like a creative way to do it. You can install, once again, if you do the editing, you will basically receive the same exact thing, but instead of this image, you will have to replace it with your own. And that's how you can kind of edit. And if you see it here, you can kind of see that it's fake. There's like a white, I'm not sure if you see, but there's like a white thing over here. You can kind of see that it's not real. But it's, you know, it's a creative way to market the product. People don't actually care. Next one over here, let me just take these off. It's just a PR call out. If you have been actually established, or not established, but like called out in PR, like Vogue, or in this case, Body Plus Soul, you can just take a screenshot of your publication and put it here. And sometimes, like if you do it from here, you can actually like edit the Canva. You will see that you can replace the words and change the words. So like you can kind of like, you don't have to change the article feature. That would, you know, maybe wouldn't be the best decision to do, especially if you haven't been features in Body and Soul. But you can maybe change some words to make it like, you know, increase CTR, or have a call to action or something like that to make it more creative. Or you can just leave it completely organic, so that it's very, you know, it's just an authority ad. And these are also very good for, they're both good for retargeting and also good for prospecting. They're good for prospecting because maybe you're touching, the article is about the 7 best products, beauty products in 2025, to buy in 2025. And so it's like, it's kind of like the awareness stage of like, okay, let me explore what are the options, so cold traffic. Or you can have like a feature that says this brand name was featured the best in 2025, and so you're maybe handling some objections. People were maybe skeptical of you, and so they see the ad and they're like, okay, they're being reassured that you've been featured. So they can act as kind of both cold and warm audience. Hopefully that makes sense. Moving forward, PR call out was this one that I just showed you. Standard review ad. Let me just show you a couple. Figma, fun, and a fun meme. These are kind of like a couple that are good. And yeah, so the standard review ad is just like, honestly, it's you can use it for both cold and warm traffic. We typically like to use it also for like warm traffic, because it's perfect, once again, to answer objections. And so once they know who you are, once they know, like, and maybe trust you, you can show them this ad, right? Not sure why the quality of this is so bad. Maybe it's because I'm too zoomed in. But you basically have maybe a Trustpilot review, or a review from like an authoritative kind of like source, like Google, Trustpilot, or something like that would be better. And then you just have like 600 plus reviews, and you can also add like maybe 1 or 2 other features or elements to the image if you want. But the majority, the most important thing on this image ad is going to be the review. And here in this case, is awesome body wash. You have to try it. This body wash smells great, and my skin feels so much better. Time to throw away the soap, right? So, you know, very standard. And yeah, you also want to make sure that it's like recent. So I would maybe also do like 1 week ago, so people see that it's 1 week ago and not like, you know, maybe 6 months ago. So that's the only thing here. And moving forward to our last one and last example, this is essentially just a meme. And so we're in the process of testing this with other with this client in particular. Like, we're deciding on whether to test it, but we've tested this with other clients as well, and it does very, very well. Once again, it's a fun, very organic way, because, you know, who does memes? Like most brands that are like whatever serious don't really do memes. But what if you do and you're funny about it, and you know, in this case they say, I made the mistake of getting him a coupon for free massages last year. Get up to 7% off something you'll actually use. True Classic, through like a shirt brand, a t-shirt brand. They sell like apparel. And so he's like, I bet he's thinking about other women. I wonder if True Classic is having a sale right now. So don't miss out, Black Friday deal. So this is like a Black Friday kind of creative. So like, you know, having things like this like cheer you up. They make you smile. Funny is money, right? So it increases kind of like interest. And this ad probably will have higher CTR it will have high CTR. You'll have to see on whether the quality of the traffic is still high and if it makes sense with your ROI, but it typically tends to have almost always higher CTR and higher engagement and lower cost per clicks and lower CPMs. So this is essentially some image ads. I do want to go over some kind of like videos, and we do for most clients go over like many different types of videos, like raw UGC videos, whitelisting videos, and stuff like that. But in this particular case study, I want to bring you through UGC B-rolls plus AI voiceovers, which is essentially what has been really working well for this particular client. Okay, so I'm just literally just showing you what's working for us. So let me show you with the first one over here. First one. So this one is, yeah, let me just show you first.
If you have pets or kids, you need magic sofa covers in your life. They're super stretchy, easy to put on, and it's machine washable. So whenever you need to clean it, you just throw it in the washing machine. And the best part is, it comes out completely clean. My sofa looks brand new. Clearly, I'm obsessed.
So this is a very standard ad. Very, very standard. And the reason these things work is that if you're able to have right frames and tell a good story with a good sequence, which I'll talk about in just a second, you can pretty much, once you have B-rolls, you can pretty much do as much as you want. So the way that we do it is that we actually reach out to like 5-10 creators. We ask them to do like 10, 15, 20 B-rolls. And I've talked about this many times before. But I talk about it many times because it works. So you have them film different scenes, and we also have like, let me just show you very quickly, a document where we go in here, B-rolls, and essentially I've showed this, I think I showed this in the last video, but essentially what we do is we have a document with all the B-roll possibilities, numbered and with examples, like this one over here. And so, you know, you can essentially send this document that is 30 pages long. It takes like a couple hours to do, but it's completely worth it. And then you can just say, okay, Mrs. Creator, Mr. Creator, do B-roll 6, B-roll 7, B-roll 8, and B-roll 13. That's exactly what we need for this next video. Please do it, and you will have a reference of what exactly we want you to do. And these are essentially like screenshots, sometimes even videos we add, so they know exactly what is the mood, the frame, what exactly they need to do. Is it an unboxing video? Is it like this girl, like, do I have to like sit and be silent and sleep with the plushie or whatever? Do I have to be happy? Do I have to be sad? In this case, like, you know, sad, super depressed, whatever, crying. And so like these things, you know, are really important, so they know exactly what you want them to do, and you don't waste any time and resources. This is really important. So that's what we do, and you can put these scenes all together. And then I think this video that I'm showing you wasn't AI, but or maybe it was. I can't even realize the difference nowadays because these AI things are so good. And so you can actually just do your own script, write it with AI, run your own storyboards, and then have the editor put these things together so that they can create something unique. So that's the first example. I'm going to show you like another similar example so you understand. This is another example of an ad that has worked quite well.
These saved me. I needed some light for my TV room, but I really didn't want to call any electrician to install new outlets. That's when I found these amazing cordless rechargeable lamps. No wiring needed. I've literally installed them in 5 minutes, and they provide over 15 hours of light.
So the reason why, let me just finish here. Let's see.
On just one charge.
So it's fast paced. The only thing I would add on these videos, unless you want to like keep it super raw, is like maybe a call to action at the end. So get yours today with, you know, 20% off for first time buyers or something like that. So the reason I showed you this example, because what is working for us is like, since this is a product that kind of sells itself, but we also kind of need a demo because it needs to be like put together and constructed. I thought of showing you this because part of our success with video ads is literally having B-rolls of people like putting the product together. So, you know, there's always a saying that says like demo sells. If there's one thing that sells, is demo, showing you things like I'm doing right now. I'm not just sitting on the camera speaking. I'm sharing my screen, showing you a couple concepts, going from one slide to another. I'm showing you I'm doing a demo. of why things are working for us in their ad account. You should do the same thing with brands, right? Showcasing how this works, how you build the frame behind me, or how you build the table behind me, whatever. And so any product that requires some sort of like building or assembling or explanation, whether it's tech, home decor, demo is always gonna do quite well in my experience. And so this is the type of ad that we've done, and it works quite well. And the important thing is also showing like the before and after. In this case, they're doing a before and after on how it looks like, how the product looks like, or how their home looks like before using the product, and how their home looks like after they've established and put the product in action or built the product in their home. So hopefully this makes sense, but this has really worked well for us. Let's go over this other example. Assembling. So this is also like an assembly. And now they're showing the end results of how it looks like in their home. People only care about what they need. And so if you don't show them what they need, they're not going to care. They're just going to skip through and not really care. So you have to be very strategic at your frames. And so also building product is very satisfying to watch. Have you seen all those videos that go viral of people like actually building a concrete house in the middle of the forest, where you basically see this guy like literally building a house and doing like a fast forward video, how a time lapse of them building as. These things are really interesting to see, like building stuff. People are interested in like the start, the middle, and the end product and how it was actually built. So these things actually just work. And so I really recommend for you to test something like this if it's in the nature of your product. Hopefully you got my point. Let's go through the last one. Go through the last example.
PSA, my favorite dinnerware company has now come out with their own line of homeware, and oh my goodness, look at this beautiful lamp. Someone put this in the Modern Art Museum. This lamp is not only 3D printed, it's 100% biodegradable, making the hardest decision, where am I actually going to keep it, because it looks beautiful everywhere.
See this frame?
Because it looks beautiful everywhere.
I like this. So once again, quick demo showcasing how cool the product is within the house. And in this case, I think they're doing, just because I can really hear an accent, I don't think they're doing AI videos, but you can still do it with AI. It's completely fine. And if you don't, you just tell the UGC creator to like film some scripts. You just send them the script, they read it, make sure that it sounds natural, and then you get the job done. Okay, that's it for this video. I guess the last thing that I want to talk about here is that having this, kind of like having always some sort of framework when you go after and build these, whether you're doing a traditional UGC video and you have to send a script or a framework or a storyboard, call it, to the content creator, or whether you need to give this to the editor so they know, the video editor, so they know how to put things together. You should always have a framework, and this is one that you can just follow for all of your videos, and it works quite well. It's just one of our many frameworks that we use. So you start with a hook, first 3, 4, 5 seconds maximum. You introduce the product information, right? Features and benefits of the product, and legitimacy, meaning other people use it, and call to action. There's also like some other variation is maybe if you have a product that is like kind of like saturated, you can maybe add a section where you present and you talk about what most people do, or what most people use and why it doesn't work, or why most other solutions don't work. So you basically answer their objections. So once again, that's a whole other story. I can do a whole video about this in the future. But this is some scripts that, some videos that we've used. Hopefully you got some value from this. Image ads are completely undervalued. You should use image ads. They work very, very well. And these are like some very creative concepts that have been killing it for us. Okay, hopefully you got some value from this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and see you in the next one. Bye.